Level 1. Mars, the suffocating silence. Mars looks calm, but its atmosphere is a death trap. Thin, fragile, and made mostly of carbon dioxide, it barely clings to the planet. If you stepped outside without protection, you wouldn't gasp for breath. You'd find nothing to breathe at all. Oxygen here is less than 0.2%. Your lungs would convulse, pulling in emptiness, while your blood began to boil at the low pressure. The sky, tinted in dusty red, would fade as unconsciousness came within seconds. Mars teases humanity with the dream of colonization, but it greets you first with silence, suffocation, and death. Even more brutal is the world that follows. Level 2. Venus, the crushing furnace. Venus has an atmosphere so thick it would feel like standing a mile under the ocean, 90 times Earth's air pressure, enough to crush your ribcage flat before you could scream. And the air itself? A choking soup of carbon dioxide with clouds of sulfuric acid. You would burn and dissolve at the same time, your body overwhelmed by heat as the surface roared at 460 degrees Celsius. That's hotter than Mercury, despite being farther from the sun. Venus doesn't just kill you. It smothers, melts, and erases you, leaving nothing behind. Yet even worse environments lie ahead. Level 3. Titan, the freezing smog. Saturn's largest moon looks almost Earth-like, with rivers, lakes, and clouds. But Titan's atmosphere is a thick haze of nitrogen mixed with methane. Step onto its surface, and the cold would seize you instantly, minus 180 degrees Celsius. Your breath would crystallize into shards of ice, and the methane-rich fog would clog your lungs. Any exposed skin would turn brittle and shatter. It is a world of ghostly orange skies, where liquid methane falls as rain. Titan lures you with familiarity, but its air would freeze you solid long before you could explore its alien seas. But Titan's icy grip is nothing compared to the firestorm waiting deeper in the solar system. Level 4. Io, the sulfur-choked. Jupiter's moon. Io is the most volcanic world in the solar system. Its skies are yellow, filled with sulfur dioxide gas. Breathing here would rip your lungs apart, burning your throat as if you were inhaling acid. Above, plumes of volcanic gas tower hundreds of kilometers high, falling back as poisonous snow. The surface itself is a hellscape of lava lakes and sulfur plains. You wouldn't just suffocate, you'd be poisoned, scorched, and buried under volcanic ash. Io is alive with fire, but for you, it is instant death wrapped in sulfur. Yet, some worlds don't just kill with heat or poison. They tear you apart with sheer force. Level 5. Jupiter, the endless descent. Jupiter has no surface, only endless layers of atmosphere. At the top, you'd float in thin hydrogen and helium, but the deeper you fell, the air would thicken and the pressure would crush you. At 10 times Earth's pressure, your bones would snap. At 100 times, even steel would crumple. And if somehow you kept sinking, the heat would ignite you before you reach the metallic hydrogen core. Jupiter doesn't give you a place to stand. It consumes you completely, crushing, burning, and burying you in an atmosphere that never ends. And beyond Jupiter, one of its neighbors twists the very idea of weather into a weapon. Level 6. Neptune, the supersonic storms. Neptune is a frozen giant, but its atmosphere is anything but calm. Winds here reach 2,100 kilometers per hour, faster than the speed of sound. You would be hurled across the planet like a rag doll. shredded by invisible knives of frozen methane. The cold is so intense, minus 214 degrees Celsius, that your body would flash freeze in seconds. Neptune's atmosphere is a storm of speed and ice, a roaring blue chaos that would smash, freeze, and scatter you into dust. Yet, there are places beyond even this, where the air itself becomes stranger than fiction. Level 7, Kepler 7, B, the Iron Rain. This exoplanet is a gas giant so hot its skies glitter with metallic clouds. Temperatures soar above 1,500 degrees Celsius, and instead of water, the clouds condense iron. Storms whip molten metal into the air until it falls as rain, searing droplets that would burn through flesh, bone, and steel. Standing here is impossible, but if you hovered above, you'd be roasted alive, then shredded by molten iron falling from the sky. It is beauty twisted into horror, a world where the atmosphere itself bleeds metal. But stranger still are worlds where the very air becomes knives of glass. Level 8, HD 1897333B, the Glass Storms. This cobalt blue world looks beautiful from afar, but its winds reach 8,000 kilometers per hour, 7 times faster than a rifle bullet. The atmosphere is laced with silicate particles, which condense into shards of glass. Imagine standing in a hurricane where the wind itself carries razors. Your body would be shredded, stripped down to bone in seconds. The skies sparkle blue, but that shimmer is deadly, light glinting off airborne knives. HD 189733B is a storm world where beauty hides brutality. Yet the cosmos still holds atmospheres even stranger, ones that smother with poison beyond imagination. Level 9, WASP 76b, the Iron Twilight. Locked with one side forever facing its star, WASP 76b is blasted by heat over 2,400 degrees Celsius. Atoms of iron are ripped apart in the superheated air. On the night side, they cool and condense, raining molten iron onto the planet below. Imagine walking in eternal twilight, where the air itself glows with metallic vapor. Any attempt to breathe would sear your lungs, your body roasted and then pierced by iron rain. WASP 76 B is not just deadly. It's an atmosphere split between fire and shadow, a planet torn in two. And if iron rain seems impossible, the next world burns even hotter. Level 10, Kelt 9b, the Atmospheric Inferno. This planet orbits so close to its star that its atmosphere is hotter than many stars, over 4,000 degrees Celsius, hot enough to vaporize molecules themselves. Hydrogen, carbon, metals. Everything is torn apart into atoms. If you fell into its skies, your body would be stripped to plasma before you could even fall a kilometer. Nothing solid can exist here. Kelt 9b is an inferno so extreme, it blurs the line between star and planet. To step into its atmosphere is to be erased from existence. Every other world smothers, crushes, freezes, or burns. But Earth's atmosphere is different. A fragile balance of nitrogen and oxygen, gentle pressure, mild temperatures. It cradles life instead of killing it. Here, you breathe freely. Here, skies bring rain, not acid. Here, winds caress instead of shred. Against the violence of other planets, Earth's air is a miracle, a shield, a gift. It is the rare breath of life in a universe filled with death. Subscribe for more explorations into the strange and deadly wonders of the cosmos